I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, 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 finally. I always daydreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, finally. I wanna be free. Finally, 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 finally. Higher to a bird. You, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna.
Well, hello y'all, and thank you for tuning in to Just Being Melanie. I started off the video with just me and something that I love to do, which is go to the ocean. It is what helps me just clear my mind, feel free. That is where I am in this perimenopause journey of just finding peace for myself. I want to just take a little time and just first come and just thank every single We Do Not Care Club member. Just thank you for supporting. Thank you for all of your kind words. Thank you for being a part of this sisterhood in this journey with me and each of our sisters. I was really confused when I pressed that record button on May the 13th and as to what was it that really resonated with women from across the world to make them click that follow button and put comments in all of the relatable things that go on within the We Do Not Care Club. I just didn't understand for a long time. Well, we're in September now. I just didn't get it. I didn't get it, but I am starting to understand why the We Do Not Care Club, and I'm going to say movement, is so important to where we are today as women. I want to get a little bit more cozy. Hold on. Most of you all know and love me because of my vulnerability, my realness. These are just the things that I've learned, and really understanding your worth and your value. I'm not about to start all that crying, but I just want to thank each of my sisters for standing by me, standing beside me. So now I want to just talk about my perimenopause journey so far. It has been a little bit over a year where I had a hysterectomy. When I had my hysterectomy, about 3 or 4 months later, I went into a dark place, and I didn't understand why I felt the way that I felt. I did have a full hysterectomy. They took out my cervix and my uterus. And I have one ovary. When I was younger, I had my left ovary removed. And actually, this is a good segue into my book. Y'all, the book is now available for pre-order. It is coming out January the 13th. It is already an Amazon bestseller. It is the We Do Not Care handbook. The We Do Not Care Club handbook. And when I tell you, it is a good time, it is a good time. I am proud of a lot of things in life, but this book, I put my stank on it. But I'll put the link to that if you want to go ahead and pre-order your copy. You can order it off Amazon, off of anywhere that they sell books, anywhere the books are sold. But in that book, it shares a little bit about me and when I was younger and things that happened to me. Little tidbits about Melanie. You'll learn from that book. Y'all know I get sidetracked easily, and that brain fog is no joke, right? Amen. So let's fast forward. I had the hysterectomy, total hysterectomy, no cervix, no uterus, nothing. I went into a dark place months after my hysterectomy, and I did not know what was wrong with me. During this time, I decided to start taking different supplements and stuff because like I was extremely tired, brain fog. I got frozen shoulder, which I had never even heard of before, but I diagnosed myself. Went on TikTok, scrolled, talked to Chat GPT, realized that this is all perimenopause related. Did not know anything about perimenopause. Now, my surgeon that performed my hysterectomy, I love her. I think that she did a very good job, but she did not warn me about being induced into perimenopause because of the hysterectomy. If I had have known, I would have done things differently. I would have been more prepared. I questioned myself for a long time, probably, where I shouldn't have. I would have known, okay, so this is perimenopause. This is what it's about. This is why you don't like your husband or your kids sometimes. This is why you're crying. This is why your body's aching. I didn't know what was wrong with me. Of course, first thing to go on in our head is, oh God, something bad happening to your body or whatever. And, just different things that went through my head. I just didn't know. I started to take matters into my own hands, and I did several supplements, all types of supplements. Ashwagandha was my biggest. Turmeric, vitamin D, vitamin K, omega-3, a bunch of things. And I did feel better, but I still was not at my best. And so I went to my general practitioner, and she referred me to my gynecologist. Now, during this time, they did blood work on me. I did a full, whatever you call it, the full line of blood work from your thyroids to your hormone levels to everything. So I had all of my blood work done. So I went from my general practitioner who referred me to my gynecologist. I go to my gynecologist and she said, well, this sounds like perimenopause. Let me go ahead and refer you to our hormone specialist. And I called to make my appointment, and this is something where I'm not going to say either good or bad, but the hormone specialist was a man. And so I did inquire about finding a woman doctor just because I just wanted that relatability, I guess. I just felt more comfortable talking to a woman. And so when I called, they asked me, they said, well, are you interested in pellets? Are you interested in creams? We have different specialists for different things, but this male specialist specialized in all of it. And I'm like, because I don't know what a pellet is. I don't know what a cream is. I don't know anything about hormones. I just know that my body is changing and I need help. I need help. And so I said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the male doctor. That's fine. Mind you, this is all it takes time to get to this doctor. Because I have a HMO, you have to get the referrals and all that, and you got to wait, a month until they're available. The We Do Not Care movement had already started, and brands had started reaching out to me more, and I started to take on different partnerships with different brands that I felt aligned with Melanie and also with the movement. And Midi Health approached me for a partnership. Now, Midi Health is, and I'm going to just put it on the screen so you all can see. I'm going to go through just their website a little bit and just scroll for a second so you can see it. Okay, so this is the website. It is www.joinmidi.com. com, and you can just kind of scroll through it and you'll see like the insurance. You can check to see if your insurance is accepted. They have all types of resources and things that you can read on if you have any questions. You know what? I want to show you all exactly how I log on and like what I do when I go onto Midi Health, and just see how simple it is. So I'm going to turn the camera around and just show you my screen. I've already logged in. So it has my information there. Hello, Melanie. If I wanted to book a new visit, I would go here to perimenopause, schedule that visit, and then I can do either the clinician that I have previously been working with, or I can do any clinician if I wanted to do that. And then it has like the dates that that she's already treated me, and then I want to schedule the visit. And then it like shows me, so like there's availability on Tuesday. I'm gonna go here, and I think Tuesday works for me, so I'm gonna go here for 10:30, and then next, and it's a 15-minute visit there, and boom, so your visit is confirmed. Just as simple as that. So what I wanted to do was just kind of show you all the ease of being able to just log on, and then when it's time for my visit, I'll log back on, and then it'll be, I don't know the exact wording, but it'll be something that tells you, you know, to click here to speak with your clinician, and then she pops on the screen. You all have a private conversation, and then boom, we're done. So I really, really, really like this system, and for somebody that don't like computers like that, this is very, very simple. So when they approached me for a partnership, I did my research, and although I had my own doctor, like I had already scheduled and was just waiting on my visit to go to the hormone specialist, I decided to go ahead and take that partnership. And it was for two reasons. One was because it was online. You didn't have to go to a doctor's office. And two, Midi takes most health insurances. And that was very important to me because I felt like I could get that information and share it with my sisters in the We Do Not Care sisterhood. That was very big to me. And that was my reason for partnering with Midi Health. But my plan was to just share the whole appointment and everything that went on and all of the things that were talked about and all of that, just to relay back to my sisters. That was it. You know, it was like, I have my doctors here, but this is an option for anyone that might want it, right? So I scheduled my appointment online, and it was, you know, some weeks down the line, and I had my actual appointment with my hormone specialist like within a few days. So let's fast forward to my appointment with my hormone specialist. I go in, my husband and I go in, and we sit down, and he greets us, and I begin to tell him about my symptoms: achy bones, frozen shoulder, you know, had a hysterectomy. He could look at all of my files and everything, and you know, everything is right there. And then he had a copy of all of my blood work and everything there as well. And so as he went through it, he looked at everything and he said, well, your hormone levels are fine. Everything is within normal range. And so I looked at him and I said, so what does that mean? Now, when I'm going to the hormone specialist, this is my first time. I've never done anything like this before. I just know that I feel horrible. Like my body is tired all the time. I'm irritable. All the things. If you're in perimenopause and beyond, you understand what I'm saying. And I didn't know what I was asking for. I didn't know what could be, you know, afforded to me. I just didn't know. I didn't know. So this was my place where I was going to get answers and different solutions. That's what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for hormones in particular, or, you know, maybe because I'm taking supplements, maybe an additional supplement that I can take and we can monitor that, or, you know, a health plan, or for my, you know, for my weight, or I didn't know. That's what I mean by this. And so when he said that to me, that all of my levels were normal, I was like, okay, you know, so what does that mean? And he said, well, what I'm going to do is refer you back to your general practitioner. And I said, well, wait, my general practitioner referred me to my gynecologist, who referred me to you. Like, and they've already checked everything. Like everything is normal there too. My thyroid was good. The only level that was off was my cholesterol. And it was just by a little bit, nothing significant. And so, I questioned it some, and he said, like, he went over the numbers with me, like my testosterone was really high. And so I'm looking for something. It's like, in that moment, I'm like, please tell me something. And he said, well, I can rerun the numbers if you want me to. We can rerun your blood work and you can go get your blood drawn again and we can see. But it was like, I felt like if my testosterone levels were already really high, what if they weren't? Like, I still don't feel good. I still feel, drained. I still feel all the things. Like, so what, and I just took the script that he gave me to go get my blood work done. And I just said, okay, I'll get that done and whatever. So I get in the car and immediately I started to cry. And my husband was like, it's going to be okay. And, let's just do this and do that. And it's like he was trying to be very comforting, but it wasn't comforting to me because I just felt defeated. I felt defeated. Like I was looking for answers, and he just told me to go back to my, my regular physician and my general practitioner. And so I cried. But then something came in my mind. It's like, Melanie, why are you so frustrated? And you ever know when God, like, he just has his hands in something? I know that is this. So remember, the movement is gaining momentum every day. I'm gaining tens of thousands of followers every day. And as I'm gaining these followers, I'm scared out of my mind because I'm trying to figure out, what does everybody see in Melanie? I don't get it. Like, I just didn't get it. But in that moment in my car, I got it. Because that doctor couldn't tell me that nothing was wrong with me. I was already determined to go and find another doctor, and I'm going to figure this thing out. But I just thought about that woman that had this appointment scheduled, and she felt like she was at her wit's end, didn't have that support or that love or, that disconnections. Everyone's symptoms are vastly different, and we can't, I always say in the We Do Not Care Club, we do not judge anybody. Whatever it is you're doing in order to cope, or to just be okay, that is you. Now, we're not going to encourage, drugs and, hard drugs or anything like that. But like, no, you just never know. And based off of some studies or some reading that I've been doing, during that time of perimenopause and beyond, like between I think 45 and 52, like those are the ages that women off themselves more. Is more, I don't want to say popular, you know what I'm saying? But this is, and when I say off, I'm just saying to take their lives. That is a time for this perimenopause. And although I have not had that type of feeling, I could understand how a woman might feel. And so that's where that light bulb came on with me. And I just said, this fight is bigger than me. This happened directly to me. I went into this office and I was dismissed. I didn't know if I was dismissed. And I want to fast forward a week later, I emailed the doctor and I went through everything again just to be sure. Maybe he was having an off day or something. Maybe, and I explained all of my symptoms again, and I just wanted to be sure that I didn't miss anything, or he didn't, hear something that he thought he might have heard, or I excluded something. And he came back and he doubled down on what he said. Go back to my primary physician. And that's on my email. I felt like that had to happen to me in order for me to really understand and bring awareness to educating people on perimenopause. Not educating, but bringing awareness to perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. I see it. I got you, God. I got you. So let's fast forward to Midi. I had already scheduled my appointment, and they had copies of my blood work and everything. I didn't know what to expect with them. I didn't know what to expect. I knew that I knew what the other doctor said, and I was kind of expecting something very similar. Okay, they got my blood work. They're just gonna say it's just normal or whatever, and I'm just gonna have to just fight my way through. But let me do this so that I can at least share with my sisters, because now we're in partnership. So I log on, I log on to the website, and it was super simple. And I clicked on, I clicked to open the portal, or the screen to talk to my clinician. My clinician came on the screen, and she asked me to tell a little bit about myself and what's going on with me. And I described everything that was going on with me. And she looked at me and she said, and I did get a little teary-eyed. And she looked at me and she said, Melanie, here at Midi Health, we do not treat labs, we treat symptoms. And so I looked at her and I said, so what does that mean? Because I was already ready to be rejected. And she said, what you're feeling, we understand, we get it. We get it here at Midi Health. And when I tell you, in that moment, I just felt heard. It's a feeling when you're dismissed by a doctor. And to be able to talk to somebody and they hear you. I felt like this weight was coming off of me. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Like, this is real. And even though I had, within the movement, we've been talking about stuff and communicating. It's just that the people that can help me, as far as giving me different medical advice or whatever, and she heard me. So we went on and she told me some things that she would recommend for me, and I did start HRTs. I have the estrogen patch and I have the progesterone. And she called in the prescription for me and I got started right away. It was meant to happen this way, because I just went into this thing just thinking, I'm going to get information from my sisters within the sisterhood. This is an option because I already have my doctors. So throughout all of this, y'all, if you are in perimenopause and beyond and you don't feel heard, you don't feel like something is right with your doctor, it's okay. It's okay. They're not the only doctors in the world. Midi Health has been my saving grace, and it's so hard to explain when someone hears you and understands you. And my clinician is in menopause, so she gets it. It's like she understands. Like, it was something about that. So I definitely recommend Midi Health. So far, I have had 2 appointments, and I'm actually about to start my GLP journey. Y'all, that's a whole other story, and I'm gonna put that in the next video. I have not started my shots yet, but that's coming. But I've had 2 visits, and we've changed a couple of things on there, and I want to we'll talk about that in the next video. But in this one, I just wanted to talk to you all about Midi Health and how I feel heard. I felt better. Like, it's nothing like going through something and somebody hearing you. So Midi Health, I thank you. 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 But so I'm going to end this video here, and in the comments, y'all, let's chat about things. And I want to just again thank all of my sisters, everyone, for following me, for sharing things, and adding your own little spin on things and having your own chapters. Look, in the book, in the We Do Not Care Club handbook, child, we got all kind of chapter names and stuff. It is so fun. It is so fun. I definitely, it's a good time, and I will be going on tour with this book starting in January, February. I do not have the cities yet, but they're coming. I will be announcing that. So this is my first time in all of these things, but what I want to be sure that my sisters know within the We Do Not Care Club movement, that we are in this together. This is a sisterhood. This is a place of positivity. This is a place of relatability. This is a place of connection and networking. This is what the We Do Not Care Club is all about. Okay. And I love y'all so much, and I will see you very, very soon. But don't forget, put any of the comments, anything, any questions you might have. I'm going to try my best to be an open book, and anything you might want me to share in another video, just let's put it in the comments, and I'm here for it, okay? All right, I'll see you next time. Peace.